Hi, my name is April. I am a breast cancer survivor. I was diagnosed when I was 28 years old, and I was treated allopathically with surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation. And for anybody who's ever been through treatments like that, you understand that there are ways that it impacts your body that you're going to live with for a while after that. And through the grace of the universe and all of the lovely people who have been able to support me in my life, I was introduced by my neighbor to a system called imaet. And because he saw in me that it might be able to support some of those ways that I needed to continue and to promote and progress my healing, my whole body. I mean, I could go on about all of the ways that his promoted healing, promoted release, given me information that I was able to use and integrate into my allopathic care. For example, there's an emotional panel. And you can imagine everything I just described that I went through was an emotional experience. You know, take some deep breaths and allow, and I mantra, I say, I accept the invitation to heal this part of me. And I do that, and just like that breath that releases. Yes, that is what happens when I use the imaet and I accept. And you know, some of the things it says to me, I'm like, really? How do you know that? So, for example, just this past summer, I was dealing with some work issues, and one of those work issues was that I had to be making some really big decisions around the trajectory for my company, and those decisions were going to impact a lot of people that I work for, and all these decisions had to be talked out and agreed upon and planned behind closed doors, and that's just so counterintuitive to who I am as a human being. And so the imaet said, number one, withholding important information. And I think I must have treated it for like 6 or 7 minutes before I got that let go. But I did, and it like affected who I was when I went back to work, because I was able to be authentic again and forgive myself that I was withholding this really important information. And so, so that's one example. And then, you know, as a result, again, of my allopathic treatment of the breast cancer, I had like several lymph nodes removed. And I remember the very first time that I used it for lymph, it was, it took an hour and a half to run through the entire lymph panel. And there was significant relief. But I do find that when I do have access and support from the imaet system, that it is helpful, and I really appreciate that. The last thing I'll talk about today is, again, just kind of how the system can give you information that you can integrate into my allopathic care. And so just this example is that when I ran the reactivity test, which is a test that kind of just like, you know, head to toe measures everything and says something's off or something's not off, that very consistently there were some like blood sugar issues showing up. And it was showing up across different panels and different sections of the reactivity test. And I'm not diabetic, but I was really getting concerned about this. I was like, I'm having this blood sugar issue. And I went to the doctor, I had all this blood sugar testing and nothing. And then maybe 3 or 4 weeks later, I started having some like lower back pain. And it turned out I had a kidney infection. Well, what do you know? When your kidneys aren't working perfectly, that can really affect your blood sugar. And when I treated the kidney infection, all of the blood sugar warnings that the system was giving me went away. They all neutralized, and I no longer have anything like blood sugar come up. So again, just really useful, like pay attention to like that constant theme that comes up when you are using the system, because there's something valuable, and I think in the overall theme. I have to say that the system itself is incredibly user-friendly in terms of its interface, and I am able to figure out things and how to use it for myself with little support. I mean, not that I don't have it if I don't need it, because it's very available, of course. I just don't find that I need it that much.